Nothing happens accidentally. You might have heard that term or heard others speak of it, but you probably will doubt it as I doubted it. And that's because we don't know everything. When we come into the world, we have to learn. And so we will think that certain things occurring are just accidents or coincidences or something like that. But then certain people come along and say, well, wait a minute, no, there's something to that. There's more to it. There's more to the actions that you're taking in your life. There's more to the events and experiences that you are having. And that's what I discovered. Yesterday, I wrote an article called The Philosophy That Could Change Your Life and Our World. And I did that because I've been holding on to it for the longest time because I do know that that is true. But because I doubted myself and held back, I was not going to tell you or put it out there. And I've done that for many, many years. We develop different abilities and skills when we live, and I happened to develop one where I could access information that was showing me the order, the alignment of our events in our world, of changes, of galactic changes, energetic, planetary, whatever it is. Now, I didn't know that was happening because I was just living it. I was writing it down every day. And then it turns into a philosophy. It turns into something that could have any person change and understand who they are and live this great life and even heal, which is what happened for me. But acceptance is the other thing that comes about. And so the message that I put up today to show the continuity of the messages that have come through, because there is an organization. We have an organization of information that we gain over time. We do it in our lives individually. We can think of that when we went to school and we were doing things. But it continues. And there's also a collective organization of information that we will allow ourselves to believe at times, at certain times throughout our civilization. But this is the time where more of us were meant to believe more, and that was the information I was given through Wilhelm. But me accepting that took a long time as well, which is why we stop ourselves. I didn't finish my work. I didn't do what I said I was going to do because I had to come into acceptance that this had really happened. And then I had to stop worrying about what other people thought as well. That's the other thing that holds you back, and it's done that to me for me most of my life, because somehow I was able to access information and to know things that others didn't, but I couldn't tell you, and I kept hiding it. And I said, okay, I can no longer do that. I'll be 75 in a couple months, and so it's maybe time for me to move on and get over my excuses, and that's what's on the site today. Maybe more of you will move over your excuses, because that's all that we have. Our fear of owning ourselves, our fear of discovering who we are, because that requires us to move outside of what we've known and become willing to accept something new. And I knew that this period in our world, this big transition, everything that's happening, all the world events were shown that this is energetic changes again. And if we understand them, we start to live our lives in a different way, and then we create a much better world, which is what we're meant to do. But when we hold back, that doesn't occur, and that's what I was doing. So I'm no longer doing that. And I just want to tell everyone, because many people who have known me never knew what I was up to or what I was doing, because I didn't know either. I didn't know I was accumulating all of this work. For 36 years, it's what I was doing. But I will tell you this. Anyone who uses it, they will change their lives. They will understand who they are. They will lead this abundant, prosperous life. They will start to create something meaningful. They will start to love themselves. They will get over all their self-judgment and hatred and all of that stuff and lack of confidence or believing they were an imposter. All of that will happen with this work. And that's what I know. And so today I'm giving this to you because I want you to understand it. And I'm taking 5 people because I'm going to finally prove all of this, because it's been proven with certain people already, but they only had a portion of this work. Now everybody is going to have all of it. And so those 5 people who come in today will have a special discount, but because the program will eventually be at least 5,000, I'll see what happens later, but it'll be at least that. But you can have it now, and I guarantee you that you will have a changed life. You will be a different person. You will know who you are. You will create an abundance, but you will manifest abundance in your life, and you'll make meaningful contribution to the world, and you'll know that you have a valuable legacy to leave. Because we know we don't live forever, so why not start to do that now? That's what I have. But read the article, read all the things that I've put up recently, because I've put up a lot, because today is the day that I'm going to change that. But those 5 people, if you want to live the life that you always dreamed of, now you have that opportunity, because I'm going to work with those people very closely, at least for this year, so, for a year, because that's what you need, at least that long for this to take hold. And so those 5 people, I'm going to work with you, and I'm going to make sure that you are this brilliant person, that you actualize everything within you, because I know you can do that. If I could have done all of this and moved through everything I've done in my life, I know you can. All you needed was direction, and this is what my life led me to create and develop, and it's here now. Check it all out, and I'll see you soon. When you go into the, those of you, if the 5 spaces are there, you use webinar 30 for the discount code, and you can have in. See you soon.